Hey gang, so today's review is one that has really surprised me. In fact, it has changed my mind about PEI, Ultim, PEI, whatever you want to call it. I used to hate it, and the Clown Orange OX really brought me around to this thing. This is the perfect combination of silky soft top and strong steel bottoms. I mean, there's an innuendo in there somewhere. I don't know how to pull it out. Oh, I just dead. Ah, yeah, that's it. It's the Clown Orange Ox in Ultim or PEI with stainless steel plates. Guys, I'm in love. But enough about this. Let's just get onto the camera and have a look. Let's go. Okay, so here is the Clown Orange Ox. Now, this is, honestly, this is a surprise to me, more of a surprise to me maybe than to anybody else, that this has made me really like Ultim or PEI. And in fact, I hunted this one down. I had to search for this one because you cannot get it. This was some kind of limited release by Clown Orange. A small number of them went out, I guess, and I had to hunt down a secondhand one. I eventually found one, and honestly, like, I have not put this down. This has maybe converted me, not to full PEI or Ultim. I mean, I think they're basically the same thing, right? So not to a full, like, not something made out of it completely, because I just find them way too light. They feel like a toy in my hand. And which is funny because most people think fidgets are toys, but you know, there's something a little different about it. There are cheap toys and there are quality toys. And as much as I know that a lot of the Ultim sliders, like things that Magnus put out, for example, are quite expensive, they would never be considered a cheap toy. Again, just something all plastic to me just does not feel good in my hand. Now, the weight of these steel plates, this really kind of like creates the balance in between the plastic, which feels, by the way, feels great on the fingers. That's the thing. Plastic feels nice in your hand. So at least in mine. So I get the feel of plastic, but with the weight of metal. And that is the perfect combination for me. This thing is outstanding. I love this. Clown Orange, take a bow, honestly, because I feel like this is, I've tried the Zerk with Ultim plates. Not a fan at all. I cannot stand Ultim plates. I do not like them. They feel muddy and mushy to me. And even though it was Zerk on the top, it just did not feel the same. There's something about this that feels like perfection, this combination. The ridges on here that are so soft and round feel amazing in your hand. And inside here on the plate, we have the tiniest little details of this little X and O. These surprisingly add a great level of grip. They really do help. This thing, I mean, it behaves like any other slider. It ladders amazing. I don't have a lot of fall off from the plates, so the magnet strength is actually quite good on here. Like, that's not going anywhere. And what we see inside are the magnets. And this is why I'm not even going to bother taking this off, because we can literally see the configuration. So with these, you can actually, this is, I guess, is kind of a hybrid setup. I'm not sure, but we've got stronger magnets on the outer corners. And again, this was secondhand, so I didn't get, I don't know if this came with extra magnets or anything. I mean, this is all it came with, was the case with some awesome stickers. You know, well-built case. I like that that Clown Orange actually went for more of a branded color instead of sort of the typical black case we're all used to seeing. So I don't think, or I don't know if this came with extra magnets, but what I do know is you can actually swap out the position of these smaller magnets and put them on the top. You can put wider magnets in the middle. And, you know, one thing I'm looking at is this little space in here. I wonder if we could add like a bead. Like, doesn't it look like you could add a bead in there? Maybe just for a little extra noise. That might be kind of cool for a rattle. I'm not going to open it right now, but I suppose you could put something in there. Now, again, the magnets might attract the beads or might prevent the beads from slipping around in there. I don't know. But this would actually be a kind of a cool way to add a little bit of extra noise. You know what? Okay, let's do it. Let's just open it up. And we've got our friend Bob Ross here, a little metal. It's always good to have a tin around or something metal so that when we take the screw off, we can put the plates on here and the magnets will stick to it and not move around. This will make sense in a second. Okay. Oh, that's interesting. They're a little stuck in there. Okay. So now that I have the plate off, I put it on the tin, and that just allows me to pull the lid off with no problems. Okay, so we have these little gaps in here. What I want to try to do is add some bearings, and let's see what happens. All right, so these are, I believe, the only balls I have that will fit. So these are little, I think these are Teflon, not even sure. It's kind of a silly test, I guess. Well, let's just see if it adds a little bit of extra feedback. Oh, I don't want that spring. Get in there. Okay, so let's see if we can notice any difference at all. I mean, a tiny bit. I think we'd actually want like little glass beads might be kind of cool in there. Oh, I also love the single screw. No, I don't hear any difference. But again, that's probably just because these are like Teflon or something. We need like really, really small metallic or glass, but that might be kind of cool. Let's see, let's measure these to see what the, oh, you know what? I do have one metal in here. Pull that off. I think this might be one of those like cool idea, but doesn't actually execute well. Now also, it's metal, so it's gonna be magnetized. Hmm. Maybe. I think maybe if we had a couple of these like in glass, that would be that might be pretty cool. Let's measure them though, so that just in case. Actually, wait. First, let's put this back together. I have messed around too many times and found out. Put your stuff away before you do something else with it. Get in there. Okay. So let's just see what size these balls are, so that if you are ever looking for your own, so these are 3. So if you get a 3 millimeter, maybe glass bead if they have them, or the problem with steel is that they stick to the magnets, right? They're attracted. So I don't think metal is the way to go. I think it's more of like a glass or a ceramic, like something that's gonna be loud, but tiny. So a 3mm, if you can toss some of those in there, you might have a good time. I mean, hell, you could put beads all throughout here and make it super rattly. That might be kind of cool. Okay, let me just put my stuff away. And while I'm doing this, I just want to mention the last thing that I'm going to bring up is the weight. Because I talked about how I don't like how light PEI feels. So what I have is my little mini scale, and I'm going to show you, I'm going to compare it to two kind of common, two kind of common fidgets. So with a 3D printed fidget like Fidget Boy, we're at 0.99 ounces, so about 1 ounce. You know what? Let me zero that out and just see again. Yeah, that's about 1 ounce. Now, with a CP3, we're at like 2.6 ounces. The Clown Orange comes in at 2.1. So it sits nicely in the middle. It's a little heavier, like it's not quite half. It's more to the heavy side, which feels great. But you get just the nice ergo feels of the plastic in your hands. And if you ever find one of these, jump on it. If you are a fan at all of PEI or Ultim and you like sort of 3D stuff, 3D printed stuff, if it's a mix between PEI and you're looking for that slider that's a little different from something you already have, if you're going for a different feel, try this. This is unique. I will say, of all the sliders out there, this is the most unique feeling slider I've ever tried. And I don't think I'll ever sell this one. I think now, I've said that a lot and I end up selling, but I feel like this is a keeper. This is 100% a keeper. This is a burner. This is one you use daily. Yeah, I think if I lost this, I would even buy it again. All right, gang, that's the Clown Orange Ox in Ultim and stainless steel. Thanks for watching.